What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today is going to be a busy day. We got two sets of new hex lights installed, which you might have seen in the last video. A new lift, Owen on boyfriend duty working on his girlfriend's car. But we got the focal point of the video. The C63 is right here. We're going to give it a wash because this car hasn't seen a wash in probably like 4 months and it's completely filthy. The M3 is also outside. We're going to be installing a mod on that car as well today. So that brings me to the title of the video, building my dream cars in my dream shop. After that beautiful time lapse of me washing my car, it's all clean and now it's time to take off the front bumper. I'm going to be airing up the car because it's pretty low right now. I know there's a bunch of screws in the front bumper where the fender liner is, as well as in other areas. I don't know if I'm going to take off other parts or I'm going to try and test fit the other one that's upstairs, but let's just take off this one for now. The first step is going to be taking off the front bumper, and by doing that we're going to have to jack up the car. I got it jacked on this side. I just need to raise this, and that's going to go into a time lapse of me taking off the bumper because it's going to take me a while. Been some time, but I got off all the bolts on this side of the bumper. You can see it's obviously super loose, and then on the middle area too, these bolts had to come off, one right here and one on the other side. I'm going to quickly jack up the other side of the car. Let me just quickly do that. I probably won't be able to get a time lapse. I'm going to try to set up the camera, but I'm going to jack up the car, get it done, and I'm going to bring the front bumper down from upstairs. Okay, I'm all tired. The bumper is off on this side, but not off on that side. I don't know what bolt it is. I cannot find it. I'm gonna do some research, come back tomorrow morning and continue this because we need to get this bumper off. We need to get the fenders off. Whatever we can get off in this video and show you guys the new parts on the car we're gonna do. And then I'm obviously gonna be installing a new part in the M3 as well. So I'm gonna tackle this as fast as I can. So I'm gonna go home, get some rest, and figure out what I have to do to get this bumper off because I've never done this, but I think I have all the bolts off, but obviously I don't. So see you guys back here tomorrow. So it's actually been about 3 days since the last clip. I got super sick, had fever, went home. Haven't been out of my house for 3 days, but it gave me a lot of time to watch videos, figure out how to take this bumper off. And we got here and I took it off in about 10 minutes. There was a bunch of sensors, a bunch of clips that I had to take off, but it is now fully off. I'm gonna take the fenders off as well as the side skirt. In this video, we got a lot of progress with the C63, but I also wanna give the M3 some love. I'm gonna install something on this car as well. I'm actually gonna be taking off a part off this car and installing a different one. Stay tuned for that, but we're gonna keep working on the C63 because I want to take off the fenders, want to take off more parts. But like I said in the start of the video, I want to get both cars into the shop and do work on both of them. We got the M3, which we're about to put another mod on, as well as all this progress on the C63, which is super cool. So there's a bunch of clips on the bottom of the side skirt, and because the lift was kind of in the way, I moved the car back a bit, jacked it up. We're going to take off all of those clips and then remove the side skirt. Once the side skirt is removed, there's two little screws right where the fender is that I have to take off, and then the fender should come off pretty easily. Then there's obviously some screws in the hood. I'm gonna take those off and then also do the other side, show you guys what the car looks like bare like that. We got the Black Series bumper over there. We have this right here, which I need to take off this black piece of the grill, which I don't know how to take off yet. I'm gonna take off that, put it onto the Black Series bumper and show you guys kind of what it looks like. Now that the side skirts are removed, there's two bolts right here. Once I pop these off, there's one more screw in the inside of the door. Once that is off, the fender will just come off completely. And we're gonna do that on this other side as well. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like when it's done. So it's the next day. I got the shop to myself. Max is away, Owen's away, and I think Daniel's at home. But the front bumper you guys saw come off yesterday. I don't think I actually filmed me taking off the first fender, but it's right there, as well as the other fender, as well as the rocker panels. The rocker panels, I do have the replacements, but they have side skirts attached to them, which is super cool. But look how the car looks now. A big inspiration, I guess one of the tutorials I've been watching doing this whole build and doing it by myself has been watching Matt Armstrong's videos with his Black Series that he did. He also had a 4-door sedan and he turned it into a Black Series with the exact same pretty much kit. So I've been watching his videos, learn how he does everything, and it makes it 10 times easier because he explains everything super well. But if you come around this side, it literally looks like a crashed car, but the fender's off, the rocker panel's off, the front bumper is off, this fender is also off, as well as this rocker panel. So we got pretty much the whole front end off. I am not going to be transferring anything over from the OEM bumper yet because I'm just kind of fitting that one on, seeing how it fits, showing you guys what it looks like in this video, maybe trying to put the fenders on as well, we'll see. And then obviously I'm going to bring the M3 in. I wish the car was in some better lighting, but behind me the Black Series bumper is on. It's not really fitted on properly, but it gives you an idea of what it's going to look like. If you come over here, you can see how much wider this front fender is. I think it's about 40 millimeters wider than a regular bumper, as well as the fender as well. So I'm going to try and fit on the fender, just again fitting it on. This is not the final product. This is literally just hanging because I didn't know. There's a bunch of pieces I have to cut in this actual bumper. You can see there's a lot of excess fiberglass that has to be cut in order to fit that grille onto it. But you can see how much wider this is. Like, look from this angle. So I'm going to bring both of the fenders down. This is one of them. This is the left side. You can see the comparison. This one has a vent, this one doesn't. And you can see from this angle how much wider that one is. It's obviously a lot taller, meaning that it's going to come out more than the OEM fender. So I put the fender on. It's obviously not on properly. You can see there's a bunch of gap. But I realized this because I cannot run the actual fender liner. There's no chance this will end up being on. I'm going to have to remove this on both sides, obviously as well as the rear. But you can see it looks crazy. It's so much wider than the OEM fender. Obviously, it's not going to be that wide. It's going to go a little bit inside. You can see there's a little bit of an extra. It's so much wider than before. But I think that's it for the C63 because I'm going to wait for Owen to get back. We're going to do a lot of drilling, be able to fit these pieces on, and then actually start putting the parts together because the front bumper is just on temporarily. I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like and what it's going to look like in the end, but we have to actually fit it, so we're gonna have to drill different holes. The bumpers and everything came with no holes. To give you guys an example, my rear bumper has all these sensor holes, which you can see there. There's 4 of them. On the other bumper from the Black Series kit and every other piece that comes with it, there are no holes. That means in order to fit on everything and make sure that everything works like it used to, because I'm gonna need those sensors, the parking sensors, all those things. In order to hook those back up, I have to cut my own holes to plug in all those sensors. So I'm gonna wait till next episode to actually plug in all the front fenders, the front bumper, as well as the rocker panels that also have side skirts attached to them. And then maybe I'm gonna tackle the rear bumper as well because that's probably the next thing I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna bring the M3 inside and let's install this new mod.
Okay, slow. Yeah, slow, slow, slow. Come. Slow, just like that, just like that, just like that, just like that. You better roll into it, okay? That was easy. Look how easy that was.
And boom, we got 2 mods in this video going on the M3. One is in this box, which I'm sure you guys can tell what they are. They're obviously side skirts. And then we got a new front lip, which is extremely aggressive compared to the one I have on my car right now. I'm gonna open these up and tell you guys where I got them from. Coming around the car, you can obviously see I have a diffuser. I took off the wing. I don't have any side skirts, so that is what we're gonna be installing today. So let's open these bad boys up. This is the last piece of carbon I would say on the exterior, at least on the bottom half, because I have a new front lip going on. I didn't have side skirts, and I obviously have the PSM diffuser, which is also from MercModifications. Listen guys, MercModifications is one of the companies I trust on my cars. The C63 body kit is supplied by them, and as well as so much on the M3, the diffuser, the steering wheel, now these side skirts. If you guys want anything from them, make sure to check them out. I'm gonna link their website as well as their Instagram in the bio of this video. And if you use code VICTOR63, you can get a discount on anything on their site. They have pretty much anything for any Euro car that you have. So please make sure to check them out because they're one of the only companies that I trust to supply parts for my cars. So if you want to check them out, please make sure to go do that. To make it even easier, the side skirts came with screws as well as 3M tape. I'm going to tape on the 3M tape on each side, stick on the side skirt, and then I'm going to drill them in. It makes it 10 times easier to install them. So the 3M tape is now on. You can see that it's on this side as well as this side. We have alcohol right here. I'm going to use a rag, not that one, but this one. Okay, so the underside of the rocker panel is now all clean. Let's get the side skirt on and see what this looks like. So we got the second side skirt here with all the 3M tape, but look at the first one. We got it on, and I think it flows super well with the car. It matches exactly that diffuser on the back. So we're gonna get the second one on and I'll show you guys what it looks like. We got the second side skirt on. Before I take the car off the ramp, let me show you guys this front lip because I can't wait to open it. So the current lip we have on the car is from WestCoastEuros. It's the M Performance style. It's super subtle, but this one is also from WestCoastEuros and it is so much more aggressive. So let's open it up. My first time seeing it, I've seen it in pictures. It is extremely aggressive. So the next step is taking off this front lip. There's screws on both sides. You need to take them out with the drill, and after we're gonna put on this aggressive lip. I don't know if this thing's gonna last on my car too long. This lip is definitely a switch up from the one I have because this is an M Performance lip. This is a lip that you can actually option from factory. So, and once the lip is fully installed, I'm gonna take the car off the ramps, wash the car, and show you guys exactly what it looks like with these two new carbon pieces. So the old lip came off, but all the screws are rusted, so you can see all these rust points. The new lip is about to go on. We test fitted it. Look how aggressive that is. It is extremely aggressive. Okay, so we got the side screw in and the middle screw in, and we're gonna screw in the other side, but look how aggressive this lip is. It is ridiculous how far, it's so long. Look how far this comes out. But we lined it up pretty much perfectly. Obviously, once these screws are in, it'll go a little bit higher. It matches super well, and it goes with these lower fangs. I think they're called lower fangs. So it's the next day now. There's a lot of light in here. Max has his car in here, but look at the way this car has been transformed with all this carbon. The side skirts are here. They're a little bit dirty. I'm gonna wash the car in the end of the video so you guys can see what it's gonna look like all clean. But the front lip is the staple piece. Again, big thank you to WestCoastEuros. It completely transforms the front of the car. It makes it 10 times more aggressive. Like look at, for example, Max's lip comes out just right here. Look at this one. It literally comes out 4 inches, I think. Like this is ridiculous. So on the road, I've already driven it a bit. It is a little bit of a hassle. You want to make sure that you're not going to hit the lip, but until the car is lowered, I shouldn't have an issue. But I really think that this car is coming along super nicely with all the carbon on the exterior now. There's some things that I do want to change. You can see those reflectors are still orange. I want to make them white. I don't have carbon grille. I have other things I do want to still change on this car, but I think it's coming along very nicely. But what do you guys think of this lip? What do you guys think of all the parts that I added to this car in this video? I think it matches the car perfectly. Later down the line too, I do want to wrap this car. Potentially, I wanted to paint match the car a lot, but I'm not too sure if I still want to do that yet because it costs so much money to take a carbon part and obviously paint it, and then obviously you don't see that as carbon anymore. I would rather get a wrap over the carbon if I wanted to. So I'm gonna be choosing a color at some point soon to wrap this car, probably towards the summer. And then we're gonna keep working on the C63 because there's so much to do on this car, so many panels to put on, talking about wrapping the car, the wheels, everything else. This car is gonna be a big process. I'm gonna make a full series with this car. But it also gives you guys the opportunity to follow along, figure out how I'm doing things, learn from it if you want to. If you guys are gonna do a kit like this for yourself, you guys can see everything I'm doing, and you guys can understand the process of taking a car stock like this to having a full kit of any sort, because these fiberglass kits are not easy. But if you guys have enjoyed the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. And in the next video, you guys are gonna see the C63 with the rear bumper on, hopefully the full front end on. And I'm gonna get Owen to talk about the whole process of wrapping the car, and maybe we can choose some colors with you guys. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.